5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing out here on this rainy Tuesday in the dirty South Louisiana? Welcome to The Point of View. I'm your host, Mike D, a.k.a. DDE80, a.k.a. 13th Wonder of the World, a.k.a. Mike Deezy, whatever you want to call me. Those are my alias. Shout out to the Point Place family. Shout out to my boy, Bobby Reezy. Hold it down, my boy. Shout out to Lil M Breezy. Shout out to Naya. Shout out to my sister. I love all y'all. Thank y'all for listening to The Point of View on the Podbean app /YouTube. That's where you can get it at. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy. I know it's a rainy Tuesday, but I'm still happy. And I'm going to tell you why I'm still happy. I'm happy because God let me live to see another day. And that's what I'm happy about. Also, shout out to my cousin D.E. Also, shout out to my brother Kendo. Those two were competing with their teams in the Super Bowl, and Kendo ends up winning with the Eagles. Also, I want to give a shout out to the first ever black woman coach in the NFL to win a Super Bowl. Her name is Autumn Lockwood. She's one of the assistant coaches for the Eagles or something. But here on Black History Month, she made history by becoming the first African American woman to win a Super Bowl. When the Eagles won the Super Bowl 2 nights ago, she was on the roster, on the team as a coach, one of the coaches that helped them win a Super Bowl. So congratulations to Autumn Lockwood for becoming a Super Bowl winning coach, the first African American woman to ever win a Super Bowl ring. Congratulations to her. With that being said, let me switch gears now to the NBA. Last night was the debut of Luka and LeBron. Luka played okay. They picked the Jazz because they know the Jazz is not a great team. And they went out there and they did their thing. LeBron went for like 22, I think. Luka had 14, 16, something like that. But he's trying to get himself into the mode of playing with LeBron and now being a part of the Lakers organization. Let me also say this as well. The Warriors are looking good since Jimmy Butler's came there. They've won 2 in a row. They beat the Milwaukee Bucks last night. Steph and those boys are playing great right now. They got an urgency to try to get to the playoffs. Congratulations to Kyrie Irving, even though they lost last night to the Kings in overtime. But Kyrie Irving will be taking the spot of Anthony Davis in the All-Star game, his teammate. And Trae Young is going to take the spot of Luka Doncic. I mean, not Luka Doncic, but Giannis. Because Giannis didn't play in that game yesterday against the Golden State Warriors. And he's going to be out during the All-Star break. So the Bucks are going to have to figure it out. They got Kuzma and they still got Dame. So they got a shot at it. Ladies and gentlemen, also the Celtics are still kicking tail as usual. Minnesota played great. Ant-Man put up some points. OKC still flying high. Just that, wow, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Pelicans are still on the rebound. Shout out to Fadeaway. I know he's not liking how the way the Pelicans are playing this season. But, it is what it is. They got rid of their biggest distraction was Brandon Ingram. I think their other biggest distraction is Zion Williamson. I don't think they're going to trade him. I think they're going to keep him around for another year and see what he does. And if he doesn't do nothing in the next year, they're probably going to they're probably going to trade him. But this is what I'm talking about right now in the NBA. great games, great moves in the trades, tremendous work. Switching gears to WWE Raw last night, it will be Jey Uso versus Gunther for the world title at WrestleMania. Gunther has beaten Jey Uso for the last year and a half. Let me say that. Because they've been feuding on television, off television, which means they've been feuding at live events and things like that. So now you see that Jay's going to finally get one over on Gunther and become the world champion. My thing is this. If Gunther loses to Jey Uso at Mania, which I think he will, what is next for Gunther? Do you pump Gunther up to make him just this bad heel as a wrestler? You build him up for that? Or he's going to go through sun-dry times where he's not going to have a title. And I think that's what's going to happen. I see that they're teasing Braun Breaker versus AJ Styles. That's going to be a great match. I don't know if AJ's going to win, but I will say this. That would be absolutely phenomenal, like AJ Styles is, to see Braun Breaker go one-on-one with AJ Styles. That's going to be a great situation there. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor one more time next week. I think Seth's probably going to win. I think Finn's going to be on the outside looking in. But AJ Styles will go up against Dominic Mysterio next Monday night. Great win by Damage Control. I think that Damage Control will probably interject themselves into the storyline with Liv and Raquel, because they're supposed to be going up against Bianca and Naomi. So I think now you're probably going to have a triple threat for the tag team titles. I think that's what they're going to do, because there's no more Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. Isla Dawn has been released from WWE. So they got to figure out some new tag teams in the mix. I will also say this, because me and Fadeaway was talking about it last night, and I'm talking about it right now, ladies and gentlemen, and I will say this. I think, and I will put this on a stack of Bibles, I think they made the wrong call last night with Lyra losing to Bayley. I think Lyra should have won that match, because Bayley's going to be booked the weekend, because she has the NXT pay-per-view coming up that Saturday. She's going to be playing in the Celebrity Game in Oakland, where the Warriors play Friday. She's also going to be in a match with Roxanne Perez coming up soon. But this is what happened. This is what I'm talking about right here with this situation. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But Lyra Valkyrie, however you say her name, I don't want to mess the baby's name up, because she's a good wrestler. She's coming into her own. But I'm just going to say Lyra. I think Lyra has an opportunity. And by the way, she did get married sometime last year, so congratulations to her for her being married. But Lyra has the potential to be one of the best wrestlers in the business. I think they did. At first, I did not understand why they did when they put the Women's Intercontinental Championship on her instead of Dakota Kai. I wish they would have put it on Dakota Kai, but I understand why they put the belt on Lyra, because Lyra right now is in her own zone. Dakota is absolutely phenomenal in the ring. I think Dakota looks like she's probably going to snap sooner or later, because that looks like the storyline is probably going to go to where she becomes a heel and turns on Damage Control, because remember, there's only one member of Damage Control now. The other two are injured. And the other two who I'm talking about is Carly Sane and Asuka. They're injured and not on television. So Dakota they're probably going to wait till all of them come back, and then Dakota's probably going to leave Damage Control. Because Dakota Kai has so much potential, folks. She's a star in the making. I wouldn't be surprised if she won Money in the Bank this year. Because I still think Jade Cargill, if she's in it, she's probably going to win. But it could be Dakota Kai would be a great second option if they did not want to go with Jade. And that's just me talking what I think about what's happening in wrestling. Also, it's going to be Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky in the women's title match coming up soon for the women's world title. That's going to come after Elimination Chamber. So we still don't know who Charlotte Flair is going to choose. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be Tiffany Stratton. Whoever wins that Elimination Chamber is going to fight Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Whoever wins the men's Elimination Chamber, who I think is going to be John Cena, they're going to fight Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Do I think Cody's going to lose the title? Cody Rhodes could possibly lose the title at WrestleMania. I don't think if John Cena does win, I think John Cena wins it for a month and Cody gets the belt back. That's what I think is going to happen. Because Cody is, without a shadow of a doubt, he is the standard barrier of WWE right now, him and Roman Reigns. And that's just me being honest about what I'm saying. We saw Logan Paul get interjected into the Elimination Chamber. I knew he was going to be Rey Mysterio. The New Day are still fighting against Rey Mysterio and the LWO. That's going to be, I don't know how long that story is going to go. I know there's going to be a rematch between the Creed brothers and the War Raiders, because the War Raiders won the match by DQ. So they're going to have another shot at the Creed brothers. Ivy now wants to be the women's Intercontinental Champion, so I'm quite sure she's going to get an opportunity at Lyra as well. It's interesting to see Penta's going up against Pete Dunne again. Looks like it's going to be Ludwig versus Penta real soon. We'll see how that goes. Raw was okay last night. It was an okay show. I'm not going to say it was the best show, but it was an okay show with what they were doing on there last night. You had a lot of people on there. It looks like they might be teasing a future rivalry between Logan Paul and CM Punk. That would be great to have Punk go up against Logan Paul. It's just so much going on Raw, man. And they used 2 hours and 30 minutes to make it happen. And that's exactly what they need to do. If you're going to keep a show on, pack it in 2 hours and 30 minutes if you don't want to go the whole 3. And that's about all that happened on wrestling last night, folks. Very interesting show last night on Raw. We saw a lot of stuff. I don't know what they're going to do with Karrion Kross. That's a question that I'm trying to figure out. What WrestleMania match he's going to have. That's another issue at the hand. I would have loved to see Karrion Kross go up against Seth Rollins. But I don't think that's going to happen because, like I said, there's been rumored that CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins is going to take place at WrestleMania, a triple threat match. Hopefully they'll have something to fight for besides just being the showcase. I know they're going to get paid a lot, but I'm talking about for a title or something like that, number one contenders or something. I don't know what's gonna happen with that as well. It's interesting to see what happens, man. Very interesting. Man. So football season is over, but the off season has started. We're gonna see who goes where, this, that, and that. There's a possibility that That Schuster's probably not going to be in KC next season. I don't know where he's going to go. He was with New England 2 years ago. I don't know where he's going to be at now. Going to be interesting to see who does what to try to twerk their team, tweak your team, not twerk, but tweak your team. Oh man, I'm tripping. I said twerk your team. I meant to say tweak your team. Y'all gotta forgive me, man. I ain't been asleep yet. I had worked all night, and I'm trying to do this before I lay down and get a nap. I said twerk. I meant to say tweak. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all forgive me. But who's gonna tweak their team to see what they can do to get their teams better? So I don't know. But the cheerleaders probably gonna twerk, I guess. I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh man, that was funny. But NXT comes on tonight. We're going to see what happens with Roxanne Perez and all of them on there as they get prepared for the NXT Vengeance Day pay-per-view, which is coming on Saturday. And they're going to probably be competing a couple of hours, or probably an hour, with AEW's Collision. I'll talk about AEW for a minute. I want to see Edge versus Jon Moxley. I want to see Adam Cole versus Daniel Garcia. I want to see Harley Cameron versus Mercedes Moné. I definitely want to see Toni Storm, timeless Toni Storm, versus Mariah May for the AEW Women's title. I want to see where Thunder Rosa's going to go. I want to see when Keith Lee's going to pop back up. I want to see what the Hurt Syndicate is going to do to the A-Boys. Dustin versus MJF. I want to see all of this. I want to see what Jeff Jarrett's going to do to MJF when he gets a chance. It's just a lot going on with the competition, which is AEW. But I want to see what happens after, this Grand Slam Australia situation is over. It's the moving pieces. I don't think Swerve and Ricochet are done neither, folks. I think they got another match in them. We'll see what happens with that. But in the business of professional wrestling, you've got to keep it going. You've got to get some fresh rivalries out there. You cannot just keep repeating the same rivalry over and over. WWE does it a lot, but they also do make fresh rivalries. Look at the rivalry they're teasing between Logan Paul and CM Punk. Look at the rivalry that they're teasing between AJ Styles and Braun Breaker. Look at these rivalries that they're pushing to make the viewers intrigued with it, because they want to see if the consumer, which is the people that watch it, that invest into wrestling. There's a siren outside, so if you hear it, don't pay it no mind. But invest in their product. That's what they want to. That's why they do it. That's why wrestling never gets stale at times. Sometimes characters do, but the product being watched, it does not get stale. That's why you see wrestlers wrestle 52 days, 52 weeks out the year, folks. It's just that simple. Every Monday, every Tuesday, and every Friday, you're seeing wrestlers wrestle on TV. And that also goes for AEW. Every Saturday, they got talent out there. Every Thursday night with I Believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Dun, 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 dun. But I'm talking about TNA. They also keep a fresh batch of rivalries and a fresh batch of talent coming in and performing on a weekly basis. That's how you get the consumer to invest in the program and watch it. That's why I said that they think that I'm a smart mark in the business, which I kinda am, because I've watched wrestling for so long and I just know certain things about wrestling. And I was knowing stuff about wrestling before the dirt sheets became public to the phone. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting to see what's going to happen tonight on NXT as well as the NBA. I think the NBA got like 4 games on tonight. I know that the Suns are playing somebody. I don't know if I think it's either the Thunder or T-Wolf, somebody like that. Kevin Durant's supposed to be coming back tonight from what I heard. Anthony Davis is out for a month from what I've heard. Dallas, he comes back. Hopefully it's not too late for them to get a playoff push. Steph and them are trying to work to get into the play-in, which I think they probably will. And if they win that play-in, man, it's going to be hard to stop the Warriors, man. Hard. It's going to be hard to stop the Warriors. If Steph Curry starts playing like they're playing now, if the Warriors are playing like they used to play back in 2015 to 2019, when they would be down by 20-something points in the game and they would shoot threes to come back into the game, look out, man. Look out, because they are equipped to win something, but it's just not going to be no championship this year. Nah, I don't think so. I think OKC coming out of the West, and I think coming out of the East is going to be either Boston or Cleveland. I don't think New York is going to get to the conference finals. I think it's going to be Boston and Cleveland. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. It's going to be Boston. I think it's going to be coming down to Boston and Cleveland. I don't think New York's going to make it to the conference, like I said. I don't think Indy's going to make it there. And speaking of those guys, I think tonight is the Pacers versus the Knicks. That's going to be a great game because they deliver every time they play. And it's going to be Karl-Anthony Towns going into, I think they're going into Indy playing tonight. If you guys remember the rivalry back in the day, it was Reggie Miller versus Patrick Ewing and the Knicks. Some great games, great rivalry games. But with that being said, I'm about to yield, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. God keep you. Enjoy your Tuesday. Pray for me as I pray for you. And always keep this in mind in the month of February. This is Black History Month. Let us take time out to congratulate our brothers and sisters for helping invent something that everybody uses. Until then, God bless you. God keep you. I love y'all. Love y'all. I'm out.